I'm so excited to be here today. This is a new and fun segment called Ask Me Anything. I noticed that we're definitely having a lot of people watch this back, which is really nice. Thank you. So if you're watching this later, you're joining us. Thank you so much. We're live like pretty much everywhere. And I'm going to start off as we wait for people to join. I'm going to start off also going live on Instagram, which is super exciting. I wish we could do it together, but that's just how it works right now. Okay, so that I could say hello to, hi everyone. I can't see. Hi. I'm now live on Instagram, so you can ask me anything. I'm just typing in our episode. So this episode is episode 4 of the Switch Grocery Tasting Show. We're not tasting anything today. We're actually answering questions. So we went through our email, we went through all the messages we get, and we came up with all the questions that we get. So this is super exciting. It's actually coming from real questions that we've had, and that makes me really, really excited. 1 second. So, hi. Okay, so we are live on Facebook, our Facebook page, Switch Grocery, our Facebook group, Switchers. We are live on my personal LinkedIn. We are live on Twitter today, and we're live on Instagram. So the only thing that we'll notice, like on our Instagram live, unfortunately, I'm going to be sharing screen. I will try to show you the screen, but it's easier. It's all going to be shared in all the other groups except Instagram, but we'll make it work. We're here. We'll make it work. What's up? Hi, Andre. How are you? You're here. Andre's amazing, and I work with him in my accounting work. Andre, today I'm answering questions that we get from our customers about Switch. So I am excited. So questions. I printed out all of the questions, and to summarize, we're going to talk about diet. We're going to talk about how we find our food products. We're going to talk about why you have to pay for shipping. It's not a sexy question, but it's a question we get a lot. We're going to talk about belief in like why specific products come off as being expensive, why we carry a product with canola oil. Where do we start? There's just a lot. Okay, and we're going to talk about best before dates. I brought all the products to show you. So we're going to end with what is the hardest part about my job and what is the best part of my job. So that is how we're going to end. But let's go. Okay, so the first question is, are you vegetarian? Is keto okay for diabetics? So there's like a lot. Actually, no, I was wrong. Our first question is, how do we find the food products that we carry on Switch Grocery? So how we find our food products is it's actually not as easy as you think it is to find really good food products. So to back it up, we carry food products on Switch that we eat ourselves that fit within being no sugar added, low carb, gluten-free, I'm trying to think this through, gluten-free, no sugar added, keto friendly, low carb, vegan, dairy free. So there's various things that they fit, but in general, the products have to be super delicious. They have to have incredible founders, so people who actually make the food product, and they have to be committed. There's just like this special sauce about the products that we carry, like as I like to say, and that is how we choose the products. However, we're different from another store because when you go to our site, typically food stores or even just your local grocery store have a vast variety of products. So we're talking like a product is called a SKU. We're talking 50,000 SKUs, 40,000 SKUs, 100,000 SKUs. So lots and lots of variety. You do not find that at Switch Grocery. You don't find a lot of variety. You find variety in products, but not individual categories. So think about like walking through the cereal aisle when you see a ton of cereals. I always used to find that overwhelming, but my dad used to love Honey Nut Cheerios and Weetabix, so that's what we ate. But definitely it can be overwhelming. And so our team we really try to like taste all the products and do all that background work so that we're not carrying anything that we don't, that may not end up. Now, everyone has their own taste and preference, but I'll show you, for example, the way that you can tell. If you go to reviews on our site, which of course, whenever I look at my own site, I'm just like, okay, I'll show you. Grocery reviews. Oh, reviews. Here we go. Let's look at this. So if you look at our reviews in general, we have, wow, 3,000, almost 3,000, 2,876 reviews. And you'll see we have 86% 5-star reviews. So that's really, that's not heard of a lot, but it's because we literally tested all the coffees. We tested meal replacement shakes. We tested wraps. So that's sort of how we end up choosing the carry food products. They have to be different. They have to kind of fit this criteria. And we really try to serve all of our customers. So it'll be like this wrap, for example, is vegan, and it's low carb, keto friendly. That's really important for us because it does check more boxes. Even within our own team, we have a vegan writer, a keto content creator, diabetic content creator, me who's like gluten-free, low carb-ish. So there's a lot of different, and more, I veer more towards vegetarian. My husband veers more towards eating meat. So it's like, we really try to make sure that a product can go across as much of our team as possible. So that's how we find our food products. And then let's talk about the most contentious question we get. And I'm sure all online stores get this question. Why do I have to pay for shipping? You guys, when I go on a site and I place an order, I don't like paying for shipping either. I'm not the type of person that's like, pay for shipping. Let's pay for shipping. But shipping costs. So I'm not sure. I guess I can disclose this. But shipping in Canada, so a company, it will cost for a small package about average $14 to ship a product. To ship a box. That is the cost for a company. So a company has two choices. You can either bake that into your cost of the product, or you can essentially put it as an add-on. So say, hey, companies might say, okay, I'm going to charge you $5 or $10 or whatever the case is. If you get a big enough basket, so for example, an order over $99 or $100 or $200, that helps because then there's more money left over to cover that shipping cost. So I'm going to show you our shipping policy, because we do get, sometimes in the middle of the night when people are browsing, we'll get pretty angry emails like, why do I pay for shipping? What's going on? So here is where, guys, like going to our own site, I get so nervous. Oh, wow, this is a lot of reviews. So you can go to our review page and see any product, which I think we should go back to carrying. But let's go to our homepage and we'll go to our bottom and we'll go to our FAQs. Okay, so what are our shipping rates? It looks a little complicated, I know, but there's a reason. So I'll zoom in on this. So first, we have free shipping for orders over $149, flat rate shipping for orders after $40 and higher, and then we have $9.99 shipping for orders between $25 and $40, and $14.99 for orders under $25. Why did we do this? Okay, so in the pandemic, often what was happening, bye, Andre. I'll see you soon. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. I know you have to work. But we'll often see that sometimes we were getting orders where someone would literally just order one sauce, a jar of sauce. And we were just like, okay, a jar of sauce, and it would break or something. And definitely it's a challenge when we get, because we're not Amazon Prime, right? Like, we're not getting a payment that covers the rest. We don't have that. We're not getting we don't ask our customers like a $90 annual payment that kind of goes to cover that shipping. So oftentimes what we were trying to do here was we really have a focus on the environment, where we want to encourage larger orders but fewer times. Hi. We want to encourage larger order but fewer times. So we used to actually have our flat rate shipping was $9.99, but with our growth, we were able to drop that to $6.99. So that is lower actually than other low carb companies or vegan companies, online grocery stores. Our flat rate, if you place an order of $40, our flat rate is $6.99. So we at 40, we've said, Kate, come to us if you want to try us out. Place a $40 order, pay the $6.99. Some customers may still order one item and pay the $14.99, and some will do the kind of the $9.99 because they're fine with that, or they don't come and check the policy. But our goal is to encourage our customers to come to the 40 as a starting point, and then of course we do free shipping over 149. We've talked about dropping that, but right now I think that with the cost of increase in shipping, we're going to keep that. And we love many of our customers order once a month or twice a month or 3 times a quarter or once a quarter. This is remote area. So if you do live in remote area, we actually still do offer free shipping over $249. We have customers in the territories, which we're so proud of. We do not have any region in Canada that we refuse to ship to. So that's something that I'm really, 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 really proud of because it's important for us. Okay. This one is an interesting one. And let's talk diet. Do I believe in veganism or keto? Am I a vegetarian? So here's my answer to this, which is it really doesn't matter what I believe. It really does not matter. What matters is what you believe and what's good for you. And what's good for you now might change from today to tomorrow or whatever. Do I believe in veganism? Abso-freaking-lutely. Do I think that it is a great choice for the environment? Of course. Do I think that it can help make your body feel good? Of course. That's 100%. I believe that. Do I believe in a keto lifestyle? Of course. Can it make your body feel good? Abso-freaking-lutely. So I think this question is hard for me because I see, as an online store that serves so many customers who eat differently to feel good or for a personal choice, I find this really hard when there are specific people that might put down someone for eating the way they do. I've heard a lot about people saying that vegans try to push vegans try to push their way onto others, and I find that I find that very untrue. My grandmother was vegetarian her entire life, almost vegan, and because in India she did eat dairy, and she lived till 92, had an amazing life, and always focused on meditation, yoga, and stress. And I admire her so much. And her way of eating had really nothing to do with how I view her or what she tried to push on anybody or anything like that. So I personally feel like that is incorrect. Do I think that there's specific accounts, people who try to push their way of eating on others? Sure. Do I think that some people who are keto look at it as a cult or look at it as everyone should eat this way and everything is bad except keto? Sure. But that's really a vast minority of people. And most customers, so I'll tell you something crazy. Most customers are not black and white. That's what we see in our store. So we'll kind of see baskets, people who might be keto, but we'll order siete, which is a paleo grain-free chip that we carry, delicious. So most people are very kind of in the gray, and it also changes. And so that's sort of where I'm at too. It's changed for me. I haven't been handling meat as well recently, so I kind of want to go back to lentils, and that's just something I want to explore for myself. So to conclude, the way that I eat has no bearing on how we run our store, how we treat our customers. And I just really respect the way that anybody chooses to eat. I think it's so personal. I think either one is hard. Not that I'm putting them against the other, but I think they're all hard, right? Like walking into a restaurant, there are more similarities than not. And asking for a keto option or a vegan option, they may not have either. So they both have their way. Is the video paused? Interesting. I didn't know that the video is paused. Okay, so let me know if there's a problem. Karina, can you go on LinkedIn and check if the video is paused? And then I can see what I can do, but I can't do much at this point. Okay, so just a quick comment. Keto has allowed me to change my eating habits, be more mindful of what I'm eating, and lose weight without suffering or failing. Love this group. Thank you. That makes me so, so happy. And I'll go on to my next question to answer that. Is keto okay for diabetics? So for someone who may not know my journey, I actually have pre-diabetes right now. Diabetes runs rampant in my family, unfortunately. And I think there is a stat that South Asians are way more susceptible to diabetes and heart disease. You know how they say, like, genes load the gun? Well, this gun is locked and loaded. So I was actually surprised and shocked that I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes, so diabetes in pregnancy. And I actually went and told my, this is like pre-pregnancy. I had followed low carb keto for 3 to 4 years. I was fairly healthy going into the pregnancy. And when they told me I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes, I remember asking my OB, hi, Jen. I remember asking my OB, I'm like, but I run a health food store. Like, what are you even talking about? Are you sure? And he was like, yes, I'm sure you have gestational diabetes. And I was like, okay, well, that's not something that I expected. And so it doesn't, I guess what I'm trying to say is, for me personally, because of my genes, I will always be at risk for diabetes. You guys, do you notice the scratch? This was my 2.5-year-old. I just cut his nails today because he, in happy play, he was like, oh, and scratched me yesterday. Anyway, so you can try refreshing your page and clicking the play button. It should work. Thank you. Okay, amazing. Thanks, Parina. Okay, so then basically I know now that I'm always at risk for diabetes. My A1C is in the pre-diabetic range. I took a diabetes class with Andrea, low carb PCA on Instagram. And you know what, guys? Unfortunately, my A1C is still in the pre-diabetic range. So that's just something. Is keto good for diabetics? That's a blanket statement. I don't know. It depends. It depends on your goal. It depends on like where you are in your life. It depends on what you can commit to. So for example, for me, I have really struggled recently to fast or to stick to keto because, I have a young toddler. He doesn't sleep. Just a lot of stress like anyone else in the pandemic. And I find right now, it's easier for me to do small steps for my health than a low carb lifestyle. And a general low carb lifestyle than a strict keto diet. Now, is keto good for diabetics? If you're pre-diabetes like me personally, if I have sugar or carbs, it causes a spike in my blood sugar. I can manage that by going for a walk. I can manage that by pairing like a carb with protein and fat. I can blunt that blood sugar impact. I can take a tablespoon of ACV in water and also blunt that impact. So there's other things that I can do to manage my blood sugar, to manage my pre-diabetes. I'd love to reverse my pre-diabetes and go back to a regular A1C. That's something that is a long-term goal for me. And I will continue working on that. So if keto good for diabetics, I would generally, like, we have these comments on our Facebook ads. I'd do your own research. There's many ways to combat diabetes than just keto. And keto is a tool in your toolbox, in my toolbox, to be able to do that. So that's the keto for diet. That's the diet stuff that especially because we get all these comments on our Facebook ads. We run our Facebook ads. Okay, next question. Why is Keto Chow so expensive? Okay, back it up. Keto Chow is a meal replacement shake. You mix your choice of fat in it, like coconut oil, melted butter, or whipping cream, heavy cream. Make it. It's a meal. It lasts in your fridge for 6 days. That is what it is. It is $6.99. So I'll show you it on our site. It is $6.99 on our site. As if you wanted to try Keto Chow, we have a bunch of things sold out right now. We're working. Our shipments should be in stock again. We have the classic sample pack apple pie. So this you can see is $6.99. If you buy the bulk bag, that is $119 for 21 meal replacements. Let me get my calculator. So $119.99 divided by, I've done this so many times, divided by 21 is $5.71. So that's let me just check that again. 120 divided by 21 meal replacements, that's $5.71. So $5.71 a serving, $6.99 to try it, and then $5.71. Now, you still need to add some fat. So in all right now, when we have a whole actually, we have a whole article where we calculate the cost of Keto Chow for every budget with the fat. You can find this on our site. Okay, off the top of your head, there you go. Keto Chow costs $6.30 a meal, which would be, okay, so off the top of my head, $6.99, right? Let's just talk about $6.99 as the price. Is that a high price for a meal? It depends. It can be and can't be. So if I have a stash, I need to use it. Yes, Jen, use it. Keto Chow pudding is really good. I've been doing pudding. I'm going to send you a recipe on DM and you can make it because it's really good. And it's kind of satisfying to have something to eat. So that, yes, $6.99, $6.30. Depends. Like if I place an order for takeout with the Uber, all of that, with Uber Eats, blah, 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 or take my time that I spend in the kitchen making a meal, that's more than $6.30, right? So it really depends on if I'm cooking a meal from scratch. So let's say I make like a pie or like sweet potato, meat, veggies. Could the cost be $6.30? Yes, it could be $4. It could be $3, not less than $3.50, I would say. So it really depends. What is the cost of my time? But I kind of look at it this way, which is if you have Keto Chow for one meal a day for 7 days, you could do this with me. $6.30 times 7 is $44.10. That to me is a lot more absorbable because I kind of think of like if you do one Uber Eats order, that's like easily $40 with, if not more. And especially if you have a family of 3, that's a lot. So that's the way I look at it. For me, this isn't making Switch Grocery rich. So just so you know, when we set prices, you know what, these are not yacht prices where I'm on a yacht in Bahamas. And if I was, I would take all of y'all with me. If I could, I would do it. Trust me. If I could not be in the snow, I would be in the Bahamas on a yacht, but I'm not. So so I guess what I'm saying is it really depends. Like if you can look at the $6.90, it depends on you. Like when we get this question or we comment like it's very expensive, I always kind of say, I respect your budget and it really depends on your budget, what you want to do, whether you want to buy a product. That's up to you. If I'm kind of saying what I can do for you is do a calculation and say, for me personally, what I do is say, if I make 7 Keto Chows in a week, especially because I can batch make them, and that's going to cost me $44 for the week, including the cost of fat, that's a pretty good price. And it's going to save my takeout. It's going to save me from cooking in the kitchen. So, and that's $176 per month, $176. So $175 a month. Let's do that a year times 12, $2,000 for a year, one meal a day. And your grocery budget depends, right? So I think, again, 2,000 in a year sounds a lot, but 44 bucks a week doesn't sound a lot. So that's sort of the way that I explain it, and then I kind of leave it to you. Why does Keto Chow have sucralose in it? Okay, so this is also a question we get a lot, which is, what is the purpose? Is sucralose is in keto, or like sucralose is bad, or whatever the case is? So again, I come back to this, which is, if I could eat just real food, no sweeteners, no sugar, no, like, that would probably kill my joy as well, and that wouldn't be personally sustainable for me. So I don't choose to do that. So again, it depends on your goal. If you can make real food, of course, that's ideal, sure, if you want for you. But for me, that's not ideal. And it's been hard for me to stick to that and have time for that and all of that stuff, right? So I personally say that for me, okay, let me just close my screen because of why my screen's sharing. Hi. I would say that Keto Chow let's step back. The reason they chose sucralose is because it's very concentrated. So it's actually a speck of sucralose, which makes me very happy, because anytime that the quantity of something is super small and concentrated, well, you're having a really small amount in this. Like the way Chris from Keto Chow explained it to me is, like, in a whole bag of 21 meal replacement, it's still only a speck that goes in there. So if that makes you happy of saying, hey, I'm going to have some sucralose, but it's so tiny because it's super concentrated, well, that kind of helps me. The second thing is, if you put an equivalent amount of erythritol or stevia in here, this bag would be heavier. It would be bigger because you would need more sweetener to sweeten it, because it's not as concentrated as sucralose. That would make the 21 meal replacement bag a 10 meal replacement bag, which is much heavier to ship, much heavier to even just much more expensive. And that doesn't make any sense. So, but the primary reason that sucralose was chosen was because sucralose had the best taste. So they tried making the Keto Chow formulation with many different sweeteners, and sucralose won on taste, which, again, that's great. That's a choice that they made. And if Chris and Miriam's thought was, if you want to make a meal replacement, well, better to taste damn good. Sorry, just a quick heads up, my lips are in very bad shape and I have a scratch and my eyebrows aren't done, but I'm here. But yeah, so if you see me in pain, it's just because my lips are really, really struggling. Hey, Switch Grocery, what are your thoughts on Sweet Nutrition Canada cookies? Okay, let me screenshot this question and I will message you personally. So we made a choice, Paul, not to comment on specific products, because I think that's like it's people's livelihoods. But so I don't want to say anything like challenging about off the top of my head. I don't remember. I think I have looked at Sweet Nutrition cookies. I haven't looked at the ingredients in a while, but I will DM you my thoughts. I will definitely DM you my thoughts. But now I'm looking at the plant-based, keto, gluten-free. Let's look. Pretty nice website for sure. I will try to find the choose your flavor. Oh, interesting. You can choose your flavor, add to cart. 12 months. Cookies need to be refrigerated. They don't need to be refrigerated. Okay, I will look at this and then I will get back to you. Interesting. Okay. Why do you carry a product with canola oil? Whew, we get this question a lot. So we have recently carried a product called Mr. Tortilla. Mr. Tortilla has canola oil in it. We got this question twice over the last 24 hours. And I will tell you, I will tell you how, I wish I could, you know what? I don't want to disclose the customer's name. So I'm just going to show you my response, because I think that it's important for you to see my response. But someone asked us, okay, when I started Switch Grocery, my goal was, hey, I literally want to carry only ingredients I can pronounce. It's going to be awesome. everything is going to be like super clean, 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 whatever that means, because clean for someone is maybe not clean for the other. And one thing I've learned is that health, I pinned something. Ask me anything. Canola oil. Why do you carry? Sorry, I'm putting this into Instagram product with canola oil. The question I'm answering right now. So when I started Switch, I was very ideal. I didn't. I wanted to go back to like always eating real food, good, solid protein powders, generally try to keep it sweetened or sugar free. That did not last because, again, for me personally, that wasn't realistic. Also, as I got to know the food industry, we know this products that are organic, products that are made with olive oil, coconut oil, are more expensive than products that are not made with olive oil or coconut oil, and products that are not organic. So that is just a fact. More expensive ingredients, that's going to increase the cost of the product. My ultimate realization running a food company has been that whatever is healthy for you, a healthy choice for one person may not be a healthy choice for another. And I think Keto Connect does a really good job. There's also a vegan account that I follow. I don't know the name, but I'll post her later, her YouTube channel. They do such a good job of explaining this, which is ultimately you just have to get better, like make a step that's healthier for you rather than like try to reach an ideal or rather than what someone else is doing. So the goal with Mr. Tortilla was that and I'll share my screen. If you like to read, then you can read it, and I will flip the screen on Instagram so you can read it as well. So you can so someone reached out and said, hey, what's up with the ingredients? And I said, hey, I appreciate your choice. So in the beginning, I'll just kind of talk through this, but in the beginning, our focus was clean ingredients. And then I acknowledged that Mr. Tortilla is the only product with canola oil in our store. But we made a decision, like an active decision, to carry this because one, of the taste, to the founders who'd really, really tried to make an accessible tortilla and a price that's that's accessible to more people. So that was kind of the reason that we chose this. I also do acknowledge that canola oil isn't for everybody. So like if you're not into if you're watching an oils for you that can be inflammatory for you, well, then canola oil is not a choice. So that's why I kind of say, hey, we do carry, like I personally can't eat them a lot because I'm gluten-free. So I eat our live wraps that we carry in our store. It's slightly more expensive than Mr. Tortilla, but that's why we chose to carry both. Okay, so let's look at both. Ooh, you're not supposed to see that. But let's look at both. Let's look at Mr. Tortilla. And you can see Mr. Tortilla. There we go. Mr. Tortilla, low carb tortillas. So you can kind of see, so right now the one that we have in stock is the multigrain, like delicious 24. You can get a 24 mini wraps for $7.99, $8.99, but right now on sale for $7.99. That's 24 minis. Now they're very, very tiny. So I brought them to show you. If you can see the right on my screen, like they're tiny. Like if I hold them up in my hand, that's what they're like. If I hold them up in my hand, that's what they're like, right? So, but $7.99, $8.99 a price in Canada, pretty good price. And if you buy a 4-pack, which is 98 wraps, you can get for $35, which we obviously put on sale because it's a bundle for $28.77. That's a lot, right? Like that. So that product is more accessible, but you can kind of see that, you know, the ingredients, yes, it does have canola oil. It has a couple of more leavenings or preservatives to make it taste what it is. Now, am I going to eat 24 Mr. Tortilla wraps a day? Probably not. So again, it comes back to your goal and how you want to, the choice that you want to make. So for me personally, because that has gluten, gluten, I can't eat gluten after having kids. I stick to my live organic wraps. My favorite one is actually the golden flaxseed. Like these are also like all mostly 5-star reviews. Great. Ooh, we're sold out, you guys, of the wraps. So, okay, let's look at the ingredients here. Ingredients. flax, corn, carrots, zucchini, onion, lemon juice, olive oil, chili powder, and fine gray salt. You get bigger wraps. You're going to get 4 wraps for, I believe the price. I'm trying to remember the price of the wraps. We have 250 products in our store. So sometimes I am not so great on the. Okay, so $6.99. You get 4 wraps for $6.99. Now, again, they're bigger wraps, much bigger than the Mr. Tortilla's 24. And you can kind of see the ingredients, right? Like yellow pepper, flax, zucchini, onions, carrots, olive oil, lemon juice, turmeric powder, and gray cumin. So another example of what is healthy for you or what is healthy for another person. Ooh, this is zooming. I don't know why it's zooming. What is happening? Let me flip this. Okay, let me just try to figure this out. Ooh! Sorry, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. So what's good for you may not be good for someone. What's good for someone may not be good for you. So that's where I come to with the why we carry product with canola oil. Do products really expire at best before dates? Ooh, good question. No, they don't. Like if there's anything that I could tell you to save money, please, like any store, not just our store, but the whole thing of like best before dates, like products do not expire best before dates. We do best before sales sometimes on our products. And we actually, we'll get notice from people who bought something for like $3 and they're like, oh, it's expired. And I'm like, yes, we sold it to you at best before. By the time it got to you, because we usually ship it like close to, we'll identify anything that kind of has like a 1 month to 6 week best before and put that on best before sale. So if you, first of all, that's a great tip for switch. If you want to try something, try it on best before because it's a great tip. But honestly, best before products do not expire, especially like milk, dairy, cheese. Enjoy them. Like this isn't just me. We have actually, like I've done so much research into this. A best before date is exactly what you think it is, which is a best before. It's not even an expiry date. Like products can go so far, and also like freeze stuff, put it in the fridge, it'll extend its shelf life. So it doesn't just apply to switch, it applies to so many pantry items you have. It'll reduce your grocery bill. Please, like even if your carrots look a little wilted, you can still use them. But that is something that, I mean, yes. And if you get a product from Switch and you bought it on best before, put it in the fridge. You will end up enjoying it. I promise. It's okay. Again, this is up to you and your comfort level, but there's been a lot of research on this that products do end up okay. They're fine to consume. And you'll really know if it's not. Like if you smell something and the smell's gone, that's how you really know. Like when you smell your milk or when you look at your cheese, you know. So that's the best before question. Another question is we are getting breaks. So we launched Explorer Coffee in our store. Love this coffee. This is the decaf. It's a concentrate coffee, so you can make this warm or cold. Most of our customers love coffee. And this is the first type of coffee that comes in 4 caffeine levels. So it comes in decaf, low calf, medium calf, or high calf. It's a super concentrate. You do 4 parts milk or water, depending on the drink, and you can make it hot or cold. So this is an incredible jar. It has 20 cups of coffee in it. It's going to be really good for the summer too, but it is hot or cold. So we're selling a lot of these. Unfortunately, we are getting breaks for some people. So for example, we shipped this to the territories twice, and both times it broke to a customer. So this one's hard. Like this will break sometimes, but we are on it because we're a company that always tries to pack with brown paper. You may get this in plastic, or you may get this like packed around all your products, but we are working on it. Even still, we've only had about like 5 to 10% breaks when this is ordered. But it's enough for us to put in some extra processes, extra padding. So this is amazing. And that's a question we get. If your order breaks, if you have a break, if you have a little overflow, we do try to pack all of our products very tight. We do that to save packaging, reduce the impact on the environment. Send us an email. Do not wait. Take a photo. Send an email with your order number to contact@switchgrocery.com. We will take care of you. I promise. Parina's in our chat right now, but Parina has been freaking phenomenal, and as always, we'll go out of our way to help you. I'll go out of my way. Brian will go out of your. We will go out of your way. We will help you. So anything, a break, please message us right away, and do send us a photo, because then that helps us improve our packing procedures. Will you be carrying the Keto Chow egg white protein powder? Actually, we won't. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. But we carry Muskoka mornings in our store. The reason is that there is significant duties that the Canadian government has around meat, dairy, eggs in importing those products. So the price, I think the price, let's go to Keto Chow's website. Keto Chow egg white protein. I will show you. There we go. Okay, so I'm holding up my phone. Let's go to Keto Chow site. Powdered egg white. So that's the dried egg white protein powder. You can kind of see. So this is going to be $66 Canadian. Sorry, US. So it'll be close to $100 US. Sorry, Canadian. So hello, keto friend. Did you know you may be able to save some money on shipping through a Canadian distributor? Switch grocery. Click here to take. That's so sweet. So definitely, I understand that people would like Keto Chow's egg white protein powder. We would not be able to offer it at the price that they have, and it's like 10% plus duties plus customs. Very difficult. So what we have done, super excited, and it's actually become one of our best sellers already this past month. We launched Muskoka Mornings egg white protein. Love this product. So this is actually made in Ontario with we got our first 5-star review. It only has one ingredient, egg whites. It's made in Canada. The eggs come directly from Canadian farms, mostly from Ontario. And this is really cool. The protein's actually fermented. So that means that it's more nutritionally dense available, and you get your 100% pure egg white. Like, this is insane. 17 grams of protein per tablespoon. It is vegetarian friendly too, which makes me very happy. And we do have some incredible recipes. So we took Maria Emmerich, Janet Greta, who is an awesome YouTuber. Let me try to find you how do I go to I go to our blogs. Woo, I got to change this up, you guys. So if you go to our recipes, you'll see that we have where is it? But we have a pie crust that we made with Keto Chow. There it is. So there's Janet Greta. She's an awesome YouTube channel. She's a PSMF blogger, which is protein sparing recipes. And she used the Muskoka Morning egg white protein powder and made this wonderful recipe with Keto Chow lime pie. So we are going to also we just made another recipe, actually. Switch. So to answer your question, we won't be carrying the Keto Chow egg white protein powder, but we think we've gotten an incredible option for our Canadian customers, especially knowing where the eggs are sourced from. And I'll show you another. We were a little bit surprised. Bree posted this, and I'm like, Bree, how is it doing? Look at her breakfast. So we're going to this is from Maria Emmerich's recipe, but we're going to make this bread. This keto bread has 0 carbs and 15 grams of protein. The full recipe is from Maria Emmerich and uses egg white protein. You guys, watch for this recipe, because secret hint, we are going to be featuring Muskoka Mornings as part of our product of the week feature. And I am excited about that, because that means we're going to actually have on our weekly show. So this time slot, we're actually going to have Bree making that bread with us, and then she'll actually show you how she makes it. Hi, Freshy, said Bree. Do we have carry chalk zero products? We do not, but I have an exciting announcement. Should I make it? Should I tell you? I think I should tell you. I think I can tell you. So hold on. Maria Emmerich always uses allulose. Will you carry that? So the bread that Bree made didn't have any allulose in it. We carry Sweet Monk, but you're right. We don't carry a granular sugar right now. Allulose on its own, my understanding is not permitted at all in Canada. So that would be difficult for us to carry in our store. The recipe that we did make of Maria Emmerich's has the protein powder plus egg white protein. So sorry, egg white protein plus eggs alone. And Maria Emmerich actually DM'd me that recipe after I told her that I didn't have allulose. So we have an option for you, which is we'll make the bread without. And then I will look into carrying a granular sweetener because right now we do not carry one. It's also something we think that you can get at your local grocery store. So we don't carry it. But okay, I have a surprise because we brought up chocolate. We are launching a chocolate that we actually launched. We actually launched these before when we started the store. So we launched these products, and I'll actually show you one of our best sellers. So hold on one sec. I can't believe I'm showing this. This is all in Google. So it's a little bit. Ooh, are you ready? Okay. So I love this company. They're a great company. Hey, Mark. They're a great company. We have been looking for a sugar-free chocolate forever. We used to carry Coco Polo. They are behind on Facebook feed just went down. Why? Why did that go down? Is it because we are over time? Karina, can you check? Ooh, I don't know why it went down. Let me check. Close. That's weird. Sorry that it did. If the Facebook feed is down, then I'm not sure. I should show you this. Let me just tell, can you guys check? Okay, amazing. Karina's saying it works on her end. Okay, so the story of chocolate. We have tried all these chocolates. We couldn't carry, I think that the Choxier products have allulose, so we can't carry them. However, this brand, we specifically actually carried it when the store launched. They had paleo. They came out with keto brands. They came out with keto chocolates. And they have reached out to us. We're launching them in our store next week. Actually, the shipment should arrive this week. So we'll have them in time for Valentine's Day. Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready because I'm sharing screen. Okay. I'm watching on Facebook. Thank you, Lisa. Eating Evolved. This is the chocolate that we are launching. Literally, it arrives at our warehouse this Friday. You guys, this is everything. It is vegan, so dairy-free chocolate, which is really important for my sweet husband who should not be eating dairy, but does anyway. Good sweetener, high quality chocolate. Don't worry, we'll still get Coco Polo back when they come back in stock. They're just having delayed in production, but Eating Evolved and Coco Polo were the two first chocolate brands we carried. Evolved is a great company. They really give a crap about their ingredients. And I have a big surprise. So we definitely will carry the 100%, the Midnight Coconut Chocolate Bar. Sorry, this is Midnight Coconut. So we are going to have our first 100% chocolate, which is going to be really awesome. So this is 100% cacao. This is what we already carried. But are you ready for their new stuff? I don't think you are. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, we are going to be carrying white chocolate. Like, guys, a dairy-free white chocolate? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, from Evolve, the cups. Oh my God, Jen saw the cups. And I'm like, no, Jen, don't. Okay, let me show you these ingredients. Organic cashews, organic cacao butter. I'm going to zoom in. Jerusalem artichoke fiber, organic monk fruit extract, organic vanilla bean powder. Are you joking me? So we are actually going to have, and then we have the actual, wait, let me go back. I'll show you the cups, what Jen just noticed. We are carrying, so what makes Evolved chocolate different is it is not chocolate. It's actually filled with things. So for example, the keto cups are filled with hazelnut butter. Like, this is the first company that has been able to do that. Do you see that? Do you see that? Okay, this is just insane. All of this just happened yesterday. So actually just over the weekend. I tried, you guys, I tried all the other chocolates on the market. I did. Some of them hurt my tummy. And I couldn't do it because I was like, I don't want to launch something that I can't eat, don't believe in. It's hard. That hurts my tummy, right? Like it might be okay it would be hard for me to come to you and sell it. This does not hurt my tummy. So the chocolate chips that we're carrying are unsweetened. So they're 100%. So they're keto friendly, they're paleo friendly, and they are no sugar added, no sweetener added. So you bear that in mind, but they're very high quality and you can definitely, so they're 100%, they're 100% cacao. So keto, vegan, and paleo. That's okay. We're going to be getting our sweetened chocolate chips from Coco Polo, and love Coco Polo. Can't wait. We're also launching the coffee cups. Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready for this. Like I'm not ready for this. So I'm not sure if you are. Like, you guys, do you see this? Coffee filled cups. Like, how? Again, ingredients. Let's look at the ingredients. So 6 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fiber, organic coconut butter, organic cacao, Jerusalem artichoke fiber, cacao butter, ground coffee, MCT oil, and monk fruit extract. And just love their ingredients. Like the fact that the monk fruit extract is in number 1 here, and it's the last ingredient. Like it just shows you that they're more focused on the chocolate than actually sweetening the chocolate. So yes, if you're placing an order for Valentine's Day, I would hold off right now. We were going to launch our Valentine's Day collection. Okay, first of all, like, are you excited? Like, send me some hearts right now because I'm so excited that this is happening. The fact that we worked with a company 4 years ago and now we can bring it back to Canadians. They actually had pulled out of Canada about 2 years ago. They still had a couple paleo bars floating around, but not much. And this is their full launch in Canada. They're very excited. And, chocolate, what Coco Polo taught me is chocolate is an art. It is very difficult to make sugar-free chocolate. It's actually almost impossible. I emailed a company out in Western Canada who is the company that there were refugees who came in from Syria and set up an amazing chocolate company. Still working on it. It's been years. I emailed a company out in Calgary. They're still working on it. It's very difficult to make a sugar-free chocolate. And we are getting it. So Eating Evolved has figured it out, and we get to carry their chocolate. So I've ordered a lot of the white because I'm assuming that we will sell a lot of the white chocolate because I love white chocolate. It is my favorite. So yes, that is the answer to the person who asked me. Let me go back because I need to thank them. Wait. Where are you? I will DM you after to thank you for asking that question because that was really sweet. And where is it? Oh, it was Justy Nah. Justy Nah, thank you. Okay, so coming back to my last 2 questions. Thank you for sticking with me this long. My last question was, what is the hardest thing about your job and what is the best thing about your job? So I'll start with the hardest thing. The hardest thing about my job. The hardest thing about my job is, this is hard. I could say lots of things, right? I could say money. I could say the food industry. I could say a lot of things. Okay. The hardest thing, though, is the mental game, I would say. Because I think that with anything that you do that's hard, it's all mental. Can you still hear me properly on Instagram? Because I don't want to be covering the speaker. But the hardest thing is, and I found this even when I did my job, is how mentally tough it is to run a company. It's a mental game. And what I mean by that is sometimes you could get a big write-off, a lost shipment, a very slow couple of weeks on our site, which again, at the beginning was hard for me because I was figuring that out, that, slow times are normal. But mentally, it can be it's just mentally running a company, knowing that you're the last line of defense, knowing that if somebody is not getting something done, it's not on them, it's on you. Knowing that if a customer had a bad experience, it's on you to fix it. You know, that knowing that mental pressure and like just knowing that like you really need to work on validating yourself. I think this is it's not just happy, it's not just, I would say, for me, I think that this is something that's universal for everybody in a job, raising kids, like doing hard work. It's just mental. So the mental game of like, for me personally, the way that I've been born or raised or whatever, sometimes I'm very hard on myself. Um, and so even at the end of the day, I'll be very hard on myself. And I'll be like, I didn't accomplish that or this or that, or I didn't get back to Purina on something. I get really down on myself. I'm really trying to, it's been 4 years of me trying to fix that. Oh, not, and I don't mean fix, but to make that better, whether it's telling myself I am doing a good job, whether it's telling myself I am trying, I'm showing up, I'm doing the fucking work. Like, it's so mental. Thank you, Jen. You really understand. I know that you do. Rooted and Rises on here. If you don't follow Rooted and Rise, go do it right now. She is amazing and has a yoga practice, meditation practice, and she's someone I really, really look up to personally, because I know that she talks a lot about the mental toughness and is open about her own mental toughness. So that's kind of how I feel. I think the other hard part also is trying not to be someone else. So, there's a company called, Purina and I talked about this. There's a company called Midday Squares. We love them. Like, you go on their LinkedIn, they're amazing. They're always storytelling. They're doing so many things I would love to be doing. But that's not us. Like, did we raise $100 million? And then did we raise $100 million as a company? Hey, Rachel, and have a ton of money to like hire a ton of marketing and post-production and video? No, we don't. Like, we didn't. So that's our story. And so I think I'm learning very much not to be someone else. And learning to be me. This is me. The way that I showed up today is me, and it may not work for everybody. It may not work even for all of our team, but this is who I am. And that's just what I need to do. I need to just be myself and show up as me. So that's the hardest thing, and I'm still working on it. And the best part about my job, by far, is the people. It's just by far the people. So every person that has walked through the doors of Switch Grocery, Stella at the beginning, and Kelly, who's still one of my close friends. Stella's one of my close friends. Bree, Parina, who I met, through like a situation that just doesn't even, the fact that just my life brought these people to me. Oscar, like, our intern Sophia, who's still with us and writes blog posts for us. Kirtana, Tara, like all these people who have come in my life as our team, given their best to Switch, probably accepting less money than they would make somewhere else, because they believe in me, they believe in the company, they believe in what we're trying to do. Our suppliers, like, I mean, the hard work, like Sun Under the Sea, Marine Collagen Creamer, like our suppliers, the way they work, the amount they care. Like, no one gets into this business to be on a yacht. I'd love to be on a yacht, though. Maybe one day, you guys, and then you have to all come with me, because I love you all so much. And I'm serious about that. And our customers, and like, I don't want to just say customers, because I really don't believe that you need to buy from us to be here. Some of you have become my friends. You've watched me become a parent. You've watched me, which is, I think, personally one of the hardest things and one of the most rewarding things. You've watched Switch go from, 5 brands to 30. You've watched me cry. You've watched me laugh. I mean, where do I get that? That's the best thing. Like, I got to spend an hour with you, and it doesn't even feel like an hour. So that's by far the best part of my job. Best part of probably even my marriage is spending time with my partner, spending time with Mason, my son. Best part of my friends. Like I love spent like everyone's like, do you have hobbies? And I'm like, my hobbies are seeing my friends. And that's why the last 2 years have been so hard for me and for probably all of you, which is I want to see my friends. Like I want to see Jen here. I want to see Mark. Like I want to see people and not just like, let's go for a walk in -40, but I want to see people. And I hope things. So the best thing about my job is the people. We used to do meetups and in-person events. And I really hope in 2022 we turn a corner. I get to see some of you again in person. We get to do some of this in person, or I get to travel across the country again. I used to go to Vancouver once a year, drive to Abbotsford, like did all that. So I hope I get to do that again. But the best part of my job is the people. Y'all have helped me more in my personal life than you even know. I learn from you. I watch you do your workouts. I watch you not work out and forgive yourself, like whatever. I just watch you live your life, and it helps me a lot. So thank you. Thank you for showing up here. If you're watching this back, I hope you loved this. I hope you found something from it that you can take. I hope you loved my Eating Evolved announcement that I wasn't expecting to make. I really appreciate you. Thank you. This was such a great live. Thank you. And I will say bye. Bye. Take care. Have a good rest of Tuesday.